Congratulations! You just won the lotto. Now what? I'm sure we all have dreamt about and envisioned what we would do if we won the lotto. I've always wondered where the common phrase, money is an illusion of happiness, came from. I never quite understood what this phrase meant until I decided to do my own research. Could you consider the exception that money could buy happiness if I told you I had the data to prove it? If so, then it would be my pleasure to show you how. But first, my name is Bri, and I will describe some of the major problems that money can create. In fact, many people do fall under the illusion that money can buy them happiness. However, many of these people become miserable because of the illusion. Unfortunately, especially in the first world countries like the United States, society has conditioned people to rely solely on money in order to bring happiness into their lives. According to my anthropology professor Rodolfo Otero, he states that capitalism is based on individualism, competition, and accumulation. In other words, powerful groups such as these major corporations who rob all the natural resources from Mother Earth pump toxic chemicals into them to make massive quantities of products, package it into single-use plastics, create tons of CO2 emissions to ship it to your favorite store or Amazon warehouse, pay millions of dollars in advertisements so they can manipulate you into thinking you are a worthless loser without this object or thingy, then they will achieve their master plan by making you feel obligated to consume and purchase their thingy so you can show it off, possibly making other people compare themselves to you, causing them to feel like a worthless loser, and like a contagious disease obligation that person to go obligating that person to go and buy that thingy. It's like an endless cycle, and the same story repeats. Capitalism claims and exploits our resources, creating division among populations so the rich become richer and the poor stay poor. I call this greed. Secondly, people tend to fall under the impression that money is the solution to all their problems and don't realize how much time and energy they sacrifice. I agree to a certain extent, and so does the author Dave Ramsey. In his book, he describes the myths money has created and tells the readers not to believe these myths. Ramsey writes, "There's no shining knight headed your way on a white horse to save the day. So wake up." Our mentality has been conditioned to think that if we make more money, we can buy more things, and the more things we have means the happier we will be. Precariously, this obsession or addiction can cause people to become like a hamster that keeps running around on the hamster wheels. They just keep running and running around and around, working and working longer and longer until they can't anymore. Ultimately, being overworked and dying from stresses, or having the need to make more money. In Japan, they call this karoshi, which translates into overworked death. According to a study conducted by Jim Ruiz and Fei Liu, they were able to collect plenty of evidence that shows the damaging effects of overworking can have on psychologically and physically on a person. With the results they received, they were also able to link the psychological and physical problems due to the fatigue and exhaustion from working extended number of hours. This had a detrimental impact on their social life, work performance, decision making, concentration, and most significantly, their health. However, this is common in workplaces, especially when the job is very demanding, such as doctors and nurses. And of course, by working long hours means the paycheck is bigger and better. But why do we continue to torture ourselves and our loved ones when it can possibly kill us at any time? It's because of the illusion, that myth, that spell we allow to take control of our lives. This brings me to my last problem I need to address. When we allow to be captivated by this illusion, our priorities change and we put money issues first before caring for anything else, even our own well being. We think money is the most important thing in life because money is the solution. Apparently, winning the lotto may not be the solution either. According to the Journal of Happiness Studies, a research on lottery winners found that experiencing wealth shock can have a negative effect on someone's life. Certain scenarios that were observed were noticeable burdens that were put on social relations by friends and family. The winner became extremely materialistic and wasted their money on expensive capital goods. Many winners took advantage of leisure and self pleasures but did not consider to invest into their futures. Coincidentally enough, although people are not lotto winners, many people bring upon these scenarios because they do not know how to control their spending habits, manage their savings, or make logical financial plans. Instead, they use money because money buys them instant happiness. But they don't realize it is that thingy that they bought will only satisfy their needs until they have to jump on that hamster wheel again. Before you get all depressed about these problems, please make this exception to these following valid solutions. By changing our perspective and reevaluating our priorities, we can allow money to buy real happiness and true happiness. How do I know this, you ask? Well, in fact, according to the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology by the University of Minnesota, a survey was conducted that resulted in measuring the association between wealth and life satisfactions. The research found that money does play a significant role in someone's well-being, and by the amount of wealth they have is in control of their satisfaction. Through these observations and surveys, the psychologists at the University of Minnesota were able to determine that people with significant wealth were more capable of achieving life satisfactions, mainly because they are able to ensure essentials and resources. In addition to this evidence, studies conducted by Harvard College found that spending money on other people rather than themselves makes them happier. The last two studies Harvard College conducted found that people who spent money on others rated higher on happiness than those who spent money on themselves, regardless of the amount. In reference to spending, according to the Journal of Happiness Studies, studies indicated that spending money on life experiences rather than buying materialistic items resulted in a greater increase in well-being and life satisfactions. With all these credible resources, I hope you are starting to realize that the simpler you make your life, the simpler you can become happier. Now that you have relayed all this data to the solutions, let's do a little exercise together. I want you to close your eyes or use your own imaginations, or you can turn your focus to the PowerPoint for a visual aid. So let's begin. Envision a ladder, and there are 5 steps to this ladder. This ladder will be a tool, and with each step, it will help you get closer and closer to evolving into your fullest human potential. At the bottom of the ladder is your foundation, which is anything physiological in life, such as simply breathing. Right now, you're breathing, you're alive, so go ahead and take the first step up. Now you're standing on the balcony of your beachfront home, overlooking the ocean at the peaceful sun setting in the horizon. Then you step inside your house and sit on the mahogany dining table, and you can feel the soft wood finish at the tips of your fingers. You feel safe and comfortable. Now take that next step up the ladder. Oh, you can smell your dish cooking in the kitchen. At the dining table is your friends and family. Everyone greets you with a warm, welcoming smile and appears so excited to see you. You feel loved. Now take the next step up the ladder. The special occasion is Thanksgiving, and you are listening to everyone share what it is they are thankful for. When it is your turn, you express your gratitude to your friends and family, and you surprise them with great news that you received an outstanding job bonus. You feel confident, and you have gained respect by your friends and family, so take another step up the ladder. Finally, you are at the top, and you feel amazing. So amazing that you feel the sudden impulse to donate your bonus. You realize that you have been receiving all these great blessings, and now you want to share the feeling with others. Now you are happier than you've ever been, and most of all, you took that last step to evolve into your fullest human potential. Now what you just imagined is possible. Thank goodness I am here, because it is my honor to tell you how you can make this possible. First, you must believe money can buy happiness. Then you must prioritize your life, like the evolving ladder exercise we just did. You will think of money to help you fulfill each step. Before spending your money on anything else, homeostasis must be maintained, meaning your physical and psychological health needs to be healthy first and foremost. Then save at least 20% or whatever amount you can from each paycheck and put it into a savings or an investment where it can continue to grow. This savings can ensure safety and security in case of emergency or towards your future, like a retirement. But be sure not to overwork yourself or karoshi. It is best to work less, to stress less, refrain from consumerism and avoid stereotype of materialism. Buy less stuff for yourself. Instead, give a gift to someone or donate to charity. Then because you have chose to save your money, instead of buying things that only temporarily satisfy you, choose to spend money on experiences that make more good memories with people you care about, because they will always have greater value than those things. If you follow these steps ultimately and ethically, it will make you into a whole and better person. To sum everything up, there is plenty of research and evidence that shows the association between wealth and life satisfactions. However, it is up to you to choose how you want to perceive money. I hope I was able to achieve my proposition that money can buy happiness, and that you can make an exception to work your way up the ladder so you can evolve into your fullest human potential someday. As the marvelous and expressive artist Jeff Koons would say, I try to educate people on materialism through my work. I try to show them real visual luxury. Thank you so much.